Good evening. I can tell the frequency's not in use. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex radio net. Is there any emergency traffic? I've been asking that question for 10 and a half years and haven't heard one emergency traffic other than somebody needed beer. 1 second here. I forgot to mute one of my inputs here. There we go. Mute. There we go. Muted. Let's see. Where was I? I was at the point. Yeah, emergency traffic. If you have any emergency traffic, just break in at any time. We'll be happy to call 911 for you if you need to. I can't imagine what other emergency there'd be other than I don't know what it would be. I never heard one. Net may be broken any time for that. For information on that, you can go to YouTube right now and watch me. If you don't want to, you can block out that part of the screen, but you can see the screen on my radio, the display, and it'll give you the relative input to me from your station as well as others, and you'll also be able to hear stations you might not ordinarily hear. You can also go to 146415.net for information on Simplex. You can also go to groups.io and sign up for our email reminder system, or just look at our net schedule. Doesn't matter. We've got about 200 on there, so it actually is a good place for information on radios, ham radio, and just being ham radio in general. And no marital questions, though, please. Or you can send me an email. Well, by the way, on YouTube it's K4PEW in the search block, and on groups.io it's MJSS. I'm carried away with myself. MJSS in the search block. That'll get you onto the site. And all you guys say, you can sign up for the email reminder system. And it's the only way. If you don't sign up for the email, you can't advertise crap on there because there's no way to access it unless you just tell me and I'll do it for you. No big deal. All right. And or you can email me at k4pew@arrl.net. And then it only meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. And of course, we start the net where we are right now, 146.415 FM. Purpose of that is have fun. Figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear, and what you got to do to get better. Just remember that it's a hobby. You're not taking money away from what needs to be spent on your family. And your family and your retirement, all those good things. Don't spend it on ham radio. You can, because believe me, you can do it. you can spend everything if you did. We invite everyone to use the net for announcing ham radio events, at which we have one we'd like to talk about, and that's Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. The 10-meter net. It's a tri-mode net, not trying, but a tri-mode net, which is 10-meter sideband, 10-meter FM, and 10 meters on C4 FM. I think it's the only tri-mode net in the world, well, that I know of. If somebody proves me wrong, we'll be glad to listen to it. And anyway, it's at 7:30 p.m. and it starts out on 28.415 upper sideband, 28.415. So be there. It's a good net. Mike's been doing it now for, I think it's over 5 years at this point. Any other announcements? All righty. Well, this is net number 1,100, a nice round number there, 1,100. And we're starting from the north, but we're going to be taking check-ins from mobile, first-time check-ins, or what was the last one? Mobile, first-time check. Oh, people short on time. That's the one. So please come now.
W140.
Well, you sound pretty good tonight there, Jeff.
I don't feel it. Many hours. I don't. You probably didn't hear me earlier on the C4 FM, but wind blew my antenna down yesterday. Tried to get it back up. Apparently, no damage was done. It's still working fine.
Yeah, you can't be buying them Temu brackets.
No, this was kind of homemade bracket.
Okay. Yeah, mine. I've had that happen, so I wouldn't feel too bad. But it didn't bother the antenna any?
Not at all. I thought it did, but it didn't. So it's fine. No damage done. It's back up, and apparently it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Well, very good. Yeah, I heard you over there on C4 FM. Sound great though. Anything else on that?
Excuse me. No, nothing else. I'll let you continue on. So 73 WI4G.
Very good. That was Jeff, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he's in Madison. Big Satan. Who else is short on time, mobile, or first time checking? Alrighty, I guess that kicks off that little start of the program here. We're going to go to a commercial break. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to we're going to go from the north. Please come in.
WB0.
Hey, your wife hasn't badmouthed me recently, has she?
No, but she heard you. Now I'm in trouble.
No, you didn't really. You didn't really. She really didn't do that. I'm sure she didn't. I don't know the woman, but I'm confident she didn't say nasty things. She was just. You remarked that she, because I'm always, I'm so often on the air. It's like, oh, him again. That I think it was something like that. So it wasn't anything bad. My wife says the same thing.
Yeah, she refers to you as that guy. That guy's on the radio again.
You make it sound like a skin disease or something.
Yeah, maybe. No. She's all right. She's sitting here snickering. I don't know if it's over the situation or at me, but that's what she does to me.
Well, she probably realizes after all these years you've been in commercial and ham radio that there's a certain camaraderie about ham radio and talking on the radio, and we only see each other once in a blue moon, and we can talk to each other on the air as if we're long lost buddies.
Exactly. And we had a major event with her this week. It was a milestone birthday.
Oh man, did she turn 50?
She did, again.
I'm just trying to get points, you know what I'm saying?
That won't work. Anyway, her upstate New York family all flew in to surprise her for her birthday, so that was nice.
Wow, that's an expensive birthday present.
Yeah, well, they hadn't been here in like 5 years, so I guess it was due.
Oh, that's great. That's good. I'd suspect that they were looking for something other than the birthday, you know?
Well, it was Nashville, and they partied in Nashville for a week, too. It was, kids were out of school this week, so it worked out pretty good.
No, it's good. It's good to have family around. I was watching a show on television where the family had 7 kids, and I only had a family. I was one kid until my brother was born 17 and a half years later. I envy people who had big families.
Yep. Anyway, so we had a crowd, but they've all gone back, so we're back to just our old lonely selves over here waiting for the Meals on Wheels people to come.
I think the only thing you're going to get is one of those paid-for services, DoorDash or whatever it's called.
Yeah, you got that right. Anyway, carry on. We'll be listening. WB0.
I'll try to talk a little lower so the XYL can't hear me. This is K4PEW. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar, and he says he's up near the beach up there on the lake. Who else is in Wilson County? Who else is north?
KE4TWI.
Man, you got a really big signal tonight there. The conditions are good, Wes.
Well, I've got the log periodic pointed at you. Things are good here. Good relaxing day of coffee and a little bit of gardening this morning, but no complaints. Possum Town is doing good. KE4TWI.
So you gave up. I think you and I both gave up on the idea of putting up that huge 2-meter corner reflector.
I did play with the corner reflector today, though. I tested it out. It's going on the tower, but it is not for 2 meters. It's for UHF, so it's good from like 400 to 460, and that's where my meter ran out. So I'm hoping. I have some other equipment I can test it for 462, 467, which is GMRS. Anyway, so it's going to go on the tower maybe tomorrow.
So the element is a 5/8, or is it what is it?
I think it's just a vertical dipole, and it's not a small antenna. So for 2 meters, it would be a sail in the wind.
Yeah, you'd have to make it. You'd have to make the whole thing out of rabbit wire or something.
Well, at least bolted to the side of the tower down low. I don't know. Yep, things are good here. I'll be listening for the weak distant ones tonight. KE4TWI.
Yeah, very good. That was Wes in Possum Town, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. He's on a log periodic antenna. Always works good. Well, usually. Who else is north?
KB9RKK.
Oh, Frank, you're gracing us with your presence again.
Lucky for you.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I don't know anybody. Well, there's been a couple of people over the years that I couldn't say that about, but everybody on the air is usually 99% of us are reasonably okay, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, just had a busy day today.
Oh, really? Did you, well, your car or the XYL or something else?
We had a training at Williamville. We had a wedding, but we had to do that Zoom because I was in Florida, and then had to work on my car and the XYL car.
Oh, wow. A little bit of everything. Yeah. Well, I hope it works out good. I mean, did it work out well for you?
During it, I would have debated, but yes, in the end, it worked out good.
Yeah, like last week, while I was gone, I was both in St. Augustine for a few days, and like I was in. Then we flew home because I flew into Orlando and then drove up to St. Augustine, and then vice versa, and then went to. Then we came home, and the next morning we drove over to Eastern Tennessee and had fun over there. And I say fun; it's over there in Gatlinburg, which is it's a crazy place to be. I never want to go there again.
Really, I went there 2 years in a row.
Well, I feel like I'm at the county fair. You know, I mean, it's one long strip of goofy fudge and knives and balloons and hats and paraphernalia. You know, you forget you're even in the Appalachian train. You know.
Yeah, you got to get out and see other stuff. We stayed there. I stayed 1 year in Pigeon Forge and the other year in Gatlinburg, but we were really there to just go through the national park and to see other things through there.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. We went. This is the first time we went to. We went there. Oh, I can't remember. We went there. I think 13 years ago we were there, and this time we went. This time we went to Klingman's Dome and got up there and parked and made that steep walk up to the dome. And man, what a view!
Yeah, the first time I was up there was the year after my motorcycle accident. That hurt. Now it's probably more out of shape. That would hurt me, but that year was just from the. But yeah, it's amazing how much cooler it is up there. Like I said, we go in October, and it like the temperature difference is very, very. You can tell right away.
Well, there was ice on the shadow parts of the forests, ice and snow, and there was ice that was frozen on parts of the concrete platform up there on the dome.
Yeah, that's what you were saying last week. Yeah, it's hard to believe considering we've been in the 80s, but well, the elevation that'll do it. And I think people lived up there. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Klingman's Dome. I think somebody you may have told me. I forgot that it was part of the Appalachian Trail thing. So I guess you have to go all the way up to the top to make it part of the trail, or is it just through that area?
I'm not sure, but but yeah, it's amazing over there, and I've had people say, oh, those are mountains, those are just hills, we got 14,000 feet and whatnot in Colorado and all these other places. I said, all right, then go up there and jump off. They're like, oh, it got quiet all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, well, it's the third highest peak on the East Coast, if I remember that correctly, and it's what's neat about that area and lots of areas on the East Coast. It's good to get out of the metropolitan area, and when you look out from that that dome, Klingman Dome, when you look out, and you only can see a couple. You can see one road, as I remember. That's it. One road cut through the forest, and it was also somebody asked me. I go, "What's that shiny object way out in the distance?" It looked like a part of a car mirror, maybe a car window or some kind of a window. It wasn't. And those are the only two things you could see that there was humans out there.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The nature. Yeah, there's one. I'm forgetting the name of it. It's in North Carolina. That's a little bit taller. But yeah, it's nice out there. I'm gonna have to go back. Um, yeah, I'm glad you were able to go.
Oh yeah, no, it's a ball. We had a lot of fun. It's hectic though. I mean, it changed. When you're getting old, you start to get a change of schedule on your body. Period. You're eating. I ate more than I should have, and we walked more than I normally would have, and goofed around more. We just did a lot, so it was a little tiring. It took me a couple of days to recover.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. I went there 20 something years ago. I wasn't very old, but I was hurting, so I can imagine. Like, I don't know if I could do it right now.
Well, it was interesting because almost everybody. I don't know if that's true. As you went up that path, there was lots of. I think most people stopped and rested for at least a short period of time because it's a stretch walking up that incline.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. And then you got to go up the stairs after you finally get up there.
I was it a stair because it's a ramp now. It's a circular ramp.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I guess the metal frame that goes to the observation deck, but just getting up to that from the parking lot is pretty hard on you because of the elevation too.
I'd like to see the stats on how many people had a heart attack.
Yeah, I don't know, but I made the mistake of getting out of the car on the road by Pikes Peak in Colorado, and we went down the side of the hill because we saw a car that was, old car that fell off, probably 40 years ago. And it was easy going down. Coming up, it felt like we were climbing Mount Everest.
Oh, I'll bet that's all gravel though, right?
It was rock and stuff, but it's just from the thin air and not being used to it. It was very, very difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anything else on that, Frank?
Negative. Thanks for doing it. Glad I was able to catch it, and let you carry on. KB9RKK.
Yeah, very good. That was Frank, KB9RKK, and he's here in Mount Juliet, in the northwest corner. Well, yeah, northwest corner of Mount Juliet. Who else is north?
Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November, Danny, Station Camp.
I got to take off my microphones when you get on the air. I mean my headphones. Excuse me. No, it's a real strong signal. You're still using the same setup, right?
Oh yeah.
No, just conditions are very good tonight for everybody so far. So I'm a little shocked how good they actually are. Anything good for the net besides your construction schedule?
That's about it. I got the floor all laid, so now I got to start sanding and finishing, it. And then I put trim up, so that's about it.
Yeah, that's the problem with those kinds of projects where your project manager is your XYL, so you can't really stop.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, everything else going okay?
Oh yeah, it's going good. Go back to work Monday.
No, thrilling. So hopefully you won't be done though, will you?
No, I won't be done, but I can get some rest now.
That's right. Well, very good. That was Danny at Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar November, and he's in Station Camp. See, I remember that one. I don't know why, but I do. I don't even know. I'd have to look on the map to see where it was. Who else is north?
Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha.
Hello, Mr. Portland. How you doing, Ricky?
Oh man, I'm doing pretty good. I was just wanting to get in and give you a check-in.
No, I don't need no stinking check-ins, man. We're not a numbers game here. Are you doing all right?
Oh yes, I was just thinking about that movie. Don't need no stinking badges.
Yeah, we don't. That's true. You remember the original movie that was in, right?
Oh yeah, that was Humphrey Bogart, wasn't it?
Yes, Treasure of the Sierra Madre. I think it was 1940 something. I don't really remember.
But you know what? It was a really, really good movie. I mean, it was very suspenseful. I mean, it was. I mean, if they was just to colorize that and put it on the big screen today, I mean, it would be watched quite a bit, I'm sure.
You think people won't watch a black and white movie? I don't care, truthfully.
Well, I don't know about other people, but
I watch them all the time. I mean, I probably watch, my TV is probably 80% black and white anymore because I go back and watch all the old stuff.
Well, if people, let's put it this way. Andy Griffith's show would not be on the air if people didn't like black and white.
Yep, that's one of the ones that I watch quite a bit. I usually can tell you what they're going to say before they say it. I've got it watched it that much.
I'm sure I know I've seen all of them over the years, and I've probably seen many of them more than once. But there's certain elements of certain shows that just crack me up.
Well, you know, it's entertaining. Even if you watch the same one over and over again, it's just that, you know, even if you know what they're going to say, it's just, I don't know how to describe it. There's just so much about it. You know, there usually has a plot, a storyline, and you know, and it's usually got some laughter, or it's got some what you call, you know, how we used to, you know, I'm trying to think of the word as far as how we grew up, morals, you know, teach you morals and the right way to treat people and stuff like that. So it's kind of always good to go back and see that kind of stuff that we don't really see enough of today.
Yeah, you just don't understand, man. Morals are a moving target these days. By the way, one of the parts I enjoy the most, I don't remember which episode it is. I'm not sure how I can find it, but it was the one where Barney and the sheriff were talking about doing something, and it was like they, you know, and like Barney says, "Are you sure we can do that?" Or no, I think it was the sheriff. He goes, "I'm not so sure we can do that." One of them said that, and the other guy says, "Hey, it's a free country, ain't it?" And I thought, my gosh, we never even hear that anymore. Yeah, very good. Yeah, your signal got really crappy there. A lot of noise. You didn't change anything, did you?
Well, actually, I did, and I'm swapping back and forth between two radios and two antennas, kind of doing a little experiment. So, because I'm trying to see if I've got any kind of weakness coming up on my 510 compared to my tram 1412. So, and I'm running an amp on the 1480, and I forgot to turn it back on because I turned it off when I was running the 80 watts on the 510 because it was chattering, and I forgot to turn it back on when I jumped back over to the tram.
Yeah, I could tell. I could really tell because it's almost like it felt like you went back down to 5 or 10 watts.
Well, I was figuring it would probably get a lot better than that with the amp, but it seemed like it went down to about a 1.5 power. Right now, I was looking at it with the rerun, and it was showing about a 5. And before I turned the amp on, it was under a 3. So I don't know if that amp really helps a whole lot. So anyway, my 510 is working fine. It's still 80 watts. It's still putting out real good. It's showing a 7 on you.
Oh, very good. No, you sound good now when just on a normal condition, so no big deal. Sound great. That was Ricky, Kilo Oscar for Bravo Whiskey Alpha. Big signal again when it's not when the other signal. Who else is north? All righty, we're going to the west.
204 TV.
Hello, Joel. You doing any good today?
Bunch of yard work this morning. I had to cut the grass and weed eat that long ditch that I guess when I had did a lot of put a lot of seed in it. Well, not so much seed as I did fertilizer. I don't know, right before all that rain, and seemed like it all settled into that ditch and made it nice and thick. So yeah, that was a lot of fun with all the pine cones in the middle and shooting those things out in the road. Yeah, that was a fun morning.
I like it when I hit a stone and it comes back and whacks me in the shin.
You know, I was mowing with a lawnmower first around the edge over here by the edge of the woods, and we have these walnut trees everywhere out here, and the deer eat them up. Well, all the holes are everywhere, so when you hit them, it sounds like you're mowing over a bunch of gravel. When I was looking down, one ricocheted off the side of the fence and hit me right in the eyeball.
Oh my gosh! Oh my mackerel! Just one of the parts of a shell, you mean, or the whole thing?
Yeah, just like one half of a hole just ricocheted right off the side and came up again. I'm watching right there where my deck is because I don't want to peel up the side of the fence. And right when I looked down, man, that thing ricocheted. It hit me right in the eyeball. I thought, oh my God, to stop for a second and make sure I could still see. But yeah, I'm fine.
Wow! You reminded me that we had. I only remember on my uncle's farm, but they had horse chestnuts. You ever heard of those?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Those are the ones that when the chestnut's inside a hull, and the hull is completely covered with spines. You don't dare go out there barefoot.
No, actually, I've seen those around here, and absolutely, that's exactly what they're like. They're just I mean, it's almost like exactly like you described. It's almost crazy how they're designed like that. But yeah, you're right. I wouldn't dare want to go barefoot around them.
That's where they got the idea for the coronavirus.
That's what it looks like.
No, anyway, no, we used to have fun with those horse chestnuts. We used to drill holes in them and then make kind of like I don't know, not a sling, but we'd put them on the end of a rope and then to swing them around, see what we could hit with them.
Well, I tell you, I wouldn't want to get hit with one of those or a horse apple. Have you ever seen one of those?
Yes, yes. Man, there's some ugly things out there.
It looked like a green brain.
Yeah, I'm with you.
When I was a kid and I first saw one, I didn't know what the heck it was, but we still have some of those around here. I see them from time to time when I'm driving in the fall. I'll see them on the ground. But y'all were talking about Clingman's Dome. I don't know if you go up there anymore, but yeah, it is a ramp that goes up there, and it's been there since the late 50s, if I'm not mistaken. And I take an HT up there with me every year. I go up there about every June, and man, you can make some pretty big contacts up there.
Yeah, I didn't. I had. What was funny was I took my HT with me on that trip, and I forgot to take it on. It wasn't. I was riding up in somebody else's car. Matter of fact, we went to the top, and the other couple we went with, he had one of those electric Ford pickup club cab Ford's pickups.
Oh wow, it is electric.
All electric, man.
When was this?
I think it was Sunday. This past Sunday.
Oh, you just went. I didn't know you just. I thought you were talking about something from years ago. Okay, I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know they had those back then. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, that makes more sense. And it is beautiful up there. And I'm gonna say it was probably nice and cool.
Oh, it was. Well, the other thing was I learned. I might have heard of it before, but he says, yeah, we use quite a bit of power going up. He says, but if I keep my foot off of the gas, the accelerator, he says you're actually going downhill. You're regenerating the batteries as you go.
Yeah, it's a little different design with that one. They even have the power boost, which is both. It's a hybrid type deal, but you can go like 750 miles with it. That's a pretty amazing feat they did there. If I was going to go with anything electric, that would probably be the route I went.
Yeah, I don't. Like he said though, he says it really isn't for the. You really need to have it for a specific purpose, because if you're looking to do long haul, it's not going to be fun.
Oh no, that is made for around town, and I mean, it'll probably pull a lot, but you need to go, like you said, very short distances. And by the way, when y'all are up there, you walk right past the Appalachian Trail when you went up to the top of that. Just so you know, yeah, it is right up on top of that mountain.
Oh, yeah, I assumed it was. I just don't think I noticed what it was. Matter of fact, I did see an area, but I didn't. It was cleared. It had, it was like a path clearing on. I think it was on the right side as you go toward the dome, and I think that's what I saw there.
Yeah, that's it. There's actually signs, they're made on like these little wooden plaque things that they've got up there. Pretty neat, but yeah, every time you walk up there, right before you get to go up the ramp onto that, right there on the left, you'll see the spot where they come out of the woods, and then on the right, they go back in. But yeah, that's it, man. Y'all are right there at it.
Yeah, well, it was enough for me to walk up that hill and, stay up there a while to rest. The way down's pretty easy.
Oh yeah, I love coming down. I hate going up that thing, and we do it every year. And I just do it just to do it. I'm like him. I had a bad motorcycle wreck, as y'all know, and right after that, I've been doing it every year ever since, just to kind of, run more of a challenge thing, I guess. But yeah, I enjoy going up there, and I even hit the Jolton repeater up there with an HT.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I imagine you could hit almost, well, any of the big, the ones that are up on towers from that distance, because it's what, 139, 140 miles maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty good distance, and you're at 6,643 feet, I think is what the sign says, something like that. So yeah, you're so high up, it shouldn't be a problem to really talk anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, what you need to do next time is take a two-wheel hand cart and get a battery and a solar collector and go up to the top and work all day.
Because once I get up there, I'm going to be too tired to want to come back down.
Yeah, very good. Well, very good. Anything else, Joel?
No, that's it for me. See y'all on the next one. KO40 TV, back to Ned.
That was Joel, KO40 TV, West Ashland City, out in the game preserve. Who else is West?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor.
Hello, Greg. Antioch. Well, Antioch. That's where you're from, Antioch.
Antioch ready. It's not strong, but ready. Yeah, I was mowing once, and I kicked the mower kicked a rock off the house and it bounced into my eye. But I wear soft contact, and it split the contact in half. But it took the impact, and I was totally no impact to my eyeball, but it was crazy.
Wow. So it didn't affect your eye at all? I mean, other than the contact?
Nope, just lost the contact.
Wow. Yeah, that. I tell that story about a guy I met, and during talking to him, I didn't realize it, but he mentioned something about, he says, I've only got one usable eye. And I go, wow, what happened to the other eye? And he had been pulling nails. He had a new house, not a new house, he bought a house. And there was some nails stuck in the timbers inside the house, inside the garage. And they were old rusty nails. He said, I'm going to take those off before somebody hits them, whatever. And he's pulling the nails out with a claw hammer. The edge of one of the nail heads popped off, went right through his pupil, and he lost his eye.
Nasty. Yeah, I watched this veterinary show on TV called Dr. Paul, and it seems like every episode they're yanking an eye out of some critter.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty fragile area. You're very fortunate that it just it bounced. Maybe you're just a Superman eyeball.
Well, I tell everybody I've got great vision. It's my eyesight that stinks.
Yeah, I can see a lot, but I don't recognize any of it.
Well, I truly do. I have good night vision, depth perception, peripheral vision, all those other things but I'm like 2400, but it's correctable to 2020 or if not better.
Yeah, that's funny. Everything else going okay?
Lovely. Enjoying the weather. Katie for TV.
Yep, I got the windows open, so it's all pretty. Got a nice breeze through the house. That was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch. Who else is West?
KG4 ILD.
I was writing it down before you even said anything. How you doing, Jay?
Just automatically knew, didn't you?
Yeah, I can just sense it. It's one of those things.
Well, ham radio extra sensories, extra senses. Yeah, it was good to see everybody at the breakfast this morning.
Yeah, we had what, 6 there today? Was it 6?
I think we had 5.
I don't know. It was on your side. It was you and Brian and Michael. And on my side, it was Tony and me. And was I on the end across from you? Maybe that's what it was. There was nobody in the middle, was there?
I don't think so. Hayes was there.
Yeah, that's right. That's because he showed up late. So there was 6. I corrected. We're in good shape.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to Hayes about his garden and his fruit trees.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it takes 2 of us to figure out that 5 and 1 is 6.
Well, anyway, thanks for doing that, Paul. I'll see you on the next one, KG4 ILB.
Yep, that's Jack, and he's in Nashville. He regrets to say it is, but he's from Nashville. And that's Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is West?
KC4TNQ.
Hey, you still okay with the tooth?
Yeah, it's getting better, and I hope by tomorrow it'll be gone, but we're just trying to take care of it and be real couple and chill on that side there.
Yeah, no, the problem. It's as you grow older, bad things happen.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I still got the ones I was born with, except for the four that was full when I was 13 and had braces.
Oh, you had some extra teeth, did you? Or they're just in the way, or were they molars? You still have your original molars, really?
Oh, no, well, I've lost my wisdom teeth since then, but no, they had to have room for the braces, so they had to pull 4 teeth to make room for the rest of the teeth.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought you meant. But yeah, I didn't mean to say molars. I meant to say the wisdom teeth because mine came out and it wasn't fun.
No, my wisdom teeth coming out were not fun either, and they gave me gas and all that stuff, and it was still hurting, and the dentist, she was, where does it hurt? And I said, where the tooth is.
Yeah, that's a kind of a dumb question, isn't it?
Yeah, she was up on top of me crying out like she had a crowbar up there, but anyway, sound like anytime we're out doing something, we need either glasses or safety glasses on, because, yeah, even though I wear glasses, but, sometimes you'll be out doing yard work or whatever, you still get hit in the face with grass or a little stick or whatever, you never know.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, like last week I chopped some limbs down that were high above me, and I'm old and a little smarter now. I put on a helmet and safety goggles.
That's how you tell you're getting really old.
Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
You weren't wearing any gloves?
Oh, yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my brother, he went camping with me. This is 2010, so it's 15 years ago. And he's not used to being out. And he's kind of fragile because he's had heart problems his whole life. But I'm not making fun of him. But he actually, he was working around the fire and he was doing something, he was either cooking or something. And I noticed he had welder's gloves on to protect his hands from the fire.
Yeah, I have a plethora of gloves, just depending on what the duty is. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, well, being I've already lost half of my hearing in my right ear now, I'm starting, when I'm out doing yard work, I'll put earplugs in for the noise. So it's just one of those things you learn as you get older. So anyway, for anybody young out there that's listening, protect yourself now because you'll catch up to you later. But anyway, y'all have a good evening. I'll be listening for the next one. KC4TNQ.
Yeah, very good, Charles. I did that too recently, and just recently on the riding mower. I saw one of my neighbors riding around, and he's wearing ear protection, like you'd wear at the range. And I said, I think I'm going to start doing that because it really makes you feel better about it. It's really more comfortable and kills all. I think it saves some problems with the ears as well. Anyway, that was Charles. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec, in West Nashville. Who else is west? All right, to the south.
Kilo India 4, November Delta, November.
Hello, Mr. Reedyville. How you doing?
I'm doing all right there, boss. How about yourself today?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I didn't accomplish much, but I had a good day. We had a breakfast this morning, and I got to recover from that eating at the Golden Corral, and it's all been good. It's a beautiful day.
Yes, sir. Beautiful day. Did you eat for two? I heard you count numbers there a minute ago, confusing between 5 and 6. I got an idea you were trying to eat for two, right?
No, when I realized I don't know, a few months ago, and we've been going there for a few years now, I realized, and I love salads, I realized they had a big salad bar at the other end. So I just started out with this huge salad. I filled up the entire bowl with, salad and fixings for a salad. And I just love that. And then I get smaller portions of bacon and eggs and that kind of stuff. So I don't kill myself with a bunch of food,
Oh, I know that, right? Well, all you got to do is, go out there and clean from the stone and walk it off. No matter how much you eat, you'll walk it off by the time you get up there to the stone.
Yeah, no. Well, I can't go. It's a little bit of a trip to go over there, but as you probably remember, I used to. I wish I could still do it easily. Can't. My wife won't let me. I used to do 20 miles a day on the bicycle.
Oh, I understand. I remember them days. You come in. I remember one day you didn't come in that day, and Mr. Net there, a little complication out there on the road I was running.
Yeah, well, I think in one, I don't know how many, I'm going to say, I don't remember now the number, but I had at least 50 flat tires I had to fix on the road one year.
Oh, well, at least you could change tire for somebody. Sure. Hey, Paul, did you ever do a Stone Mountain? Did you ever go around Stone Mountain?
No, I have not. Never even been there.
Oh, next time you get itching for a trip, go down there and visit that place. And the same guy that carved that out, carved the let's see, the monument out there with.
Yep. No, it's but yeah, I need to do that. You're right. When we're down in Georgia, you're talking about Stone Mountain, Georgia, right?
Oh yes, sir, exactly. Right.
Yeah, very good, very good. I wasn't sure. I mean, so many duplicate names running around. No, I imagine that's a little worse.
Oh, I think you really enjoy it. You can actually start at the base of that thing and walk all the way to the top of it, and it's a long walk up that thing, but it's got good, solid granite rock all the way up and walk all the way to the top. Okay.
Does he got oxygen stations every couple hundred yards?
No, but you think you needed whether you did a bit, you know.
Oh, it was really funny because I kind of know my limitations just from doing the things I have been doing over the years. And as I was walking up, it was a pretty, it's a strenuous. And so I was purposely doing very overly heavily breathing, inhaling, to compensate for it. And it's still, I had to rest a couple, maybe twice.
Yes, sir. Well, back in the day, me and my son-in-law at the time, we started at the base of that thing and ran all the way to the top of it. And most people can't even walk it, but we made it up to a point. We ran all the way to the top. So, I can't even walk to the top now.
Yeah, that would be a sight because I saw some people that were older than me, at least I think they were, and I said, "Wow, I can't even believe they're doing this," but they were doing fine.
Yeah, another mention I heard just momentarily ago, talking about out there at Colorado, Colorado Springs, Pikes Peak. Somebody mentioned Pikes Peak. I remember being at the base of Pikes Peak, and it's about 70 degrees. And by the time we drove to the top, it was a snowstorm on the top up there. Less than an hour later.
Well, I got even a story about Pikes Peak. If you remember, his name is Zebulon Pike, and I went to school all through kindergarten, through senior high school, all the way through 12th grade, with a relative of Zebulon Pike, a distant, not how distant, but his name was Zebulon Pike.
Well, hey, for anybody listening, if you've never been out to Pikes Peak, take that tour, go to the top, no matter what anybody says, go up there and see for yourself what it's all about. It's wonderful.
Oh, I'd love to. I've never been out there. I've been out west, but never been to that location. Well, very good. Anything else on that, David?
No, it's just an interesting topic. You always got interest in it, and I appreciate everything you do, sir. Separate to you and everybody else there.
Yeah, appreciate the kind words. I sometimes wonder if we're interesting or not, but I guess we're interesting to some things, to some people, Who else is south?
K4 KFQ.
Hello, Tony. Tony. How you doing, Tony? It was good to see you this morning.
Well, thank you, and I'm going to let you go on with it because you're running late.
Late. Better late than never, right?
No.
All right, very good. I was surprised you weren't at a play or a function tonight.
Yeah.
No, really. No, I appreciate you being there, and I appreciate you being here now. So that was Tony, KF4 KFQ in Smyrna. He's famous in Smyrna. He really is. He's a big man on Smyrna campus over there. Who else is south? Very good. I got you in there. A little rough copy, but I hear you fully there, Larry. Was the total on D-Star 4 or 5? All right, very good. Appreciate it. Appreciate what you do. And Larry does the D-Star net. For anybody listening, it's on Saturday nights at 7:15 on 146.460 on D-Star Simplex. If you don't know how to do Simplex, you got to learn. All right, that was Larry, KE4SYV. Who else is south?
Comment.
Go ahead, Michael.
Larry, we got you on C4FM.
We got you on C4FM, Larry. I forgot to tell you that. Very good. Anybody else south? Okay, we're moving over to the east. Please come now.
KM4, YRF.
Very good. That's Michael. You're surviving the weekend?
I am.
You did your mowing over at your mother-in-law? Is that where you were?
No, I did the mowing here.
Oh man, it's like a postage stamp over there. What's the complaint?
Oh, well, it's tough for an old man.
Yeah, an ordinary man wouldn't be able to handle it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, by the time I got through the weed eating, I was wondering if I was going to be able to make it in the house.
The weed eating, they need to. I'm going to design a different weed eater that's got a wheel on the bottom, like a universal, wheel, because it's that. Just the way those things are arranged with the weed eater, it kills my back from holding. It sounds silly because it doesn't weigh that much, but it's enough to make my back ache.
Mine has it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, it's rough on me too. It hurts my back, and it also hurts my left shoulder from having to hold on to the handle.
Oh yeah, I think you got some shoulder problems. What did you say there about a wheel on the bottom of yours, Greg?
Yeah, my weed eater has wheels, detachable wheels.
Which model is that? Because I'm going to go get one.
I'd have to look at it. It's on Amazon, and it doesn't use the twine, whatever. What is that called? It's got blades, different variety of different blades for whatever you want to do.
Oh, so you want to chop off more toes, is what you're telling me?
Well, funny you say that. When I first got it, I was wearing some slippers, and I let that blade right down on my toe, and it ruined my slipper. And again, no damage to me, but I ruined a brand new slipper using that thing. I shouldn't have been gardening in slippers.
Yeah, you never should be doing anything in the yard with slippers ever.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I keep butting in. Katie from CB.
It's all right. It's an open net. I mean, if you just butted in to say something stupid, it'd be different. No rebuttal to that. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I want a weed eater with blades on it. In fact, if anybody remembers, and I'm sure most do, the weed eaters that had a vertical, in other words, it was a shaft that came out horizontally, and there was a vertical blade that spun around, in a circular motion. And those were dangerous too. Just one big, when I say big, it was probably an 8-inch blade, maybe. Everybody remember those?
I do, and I thought it was dangerous then.
That's actually, I think that we use those as edgers, did we not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really wasn't a weed eater; it was an edger, unless you wanted to hold it sideways or something.
Yeah, I used to have one of those, but I got rid of it.
Yeah, that's the last time I used one was, I don't want to tell you, but I think it was 1974.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, anyway, anything else for the net there, Greg?
That's Mike, but I'll let you get on with it, Paul. Thank you for doing what you do. KM for a while.
I got confused because he butted in, and I thought I was still talking to Greg. All right, Mike, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, that's Mike, KM4YRF, and he's here in Mount Juliet, and he fills in for me when I'm off goofing off. Who else is East?
Now that's for Romeo Tango Romeo.
Romeo, Tango, Romeo. What's that first part again? I forget.
Yeah, good evening. November 4, Romeo Tango Romeo. Name is West with Echo Sierra here in the west end of Lebanon.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it was such an easy call, too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think I told you last time it'll ruffle a few feathers around here, so it'll get recognition.
No, I don't know. It shouldn't ruffle any. Why would you think it would ruffle feathers? I had the call that ruffled feathers. My call that I took at my first vanity call was November Alpha 4 Zulu India. So everybody assumed I was a promoter of Nazism.
No, nothing like that. It's just that sometimes phonetically it's easier to say November 4, roll, tide, roll, hi.
Oh yeah, well, listen. Like I told you last time, everybody that I know of is a SEC supporter, and even if they don't specifically support Roll Tide, they support the SEC. So it's the same thing as far as I'm concerned.
Very well. That's good. Everything's great over in the west end of Lebanon. Just been enjoying the backyard patio this evening because it's overcast. And luckily enough, it's not even May yet, and the cherry tomatoes I planted already have 4 little baby tomatoes on them. So it's been a really good, just stress-free, lazy afternoon here in the west end of Lebanon. Hope everyone's health that's listening into the Patio is just as good as us.
Very good. That was Wes. He's in Lebanon. November 4, Romeo, Tango, Romeo. And that's Roll Tide, Roll, And for you Auburn or Tennessee or Vanderbilt supporters, that's just too bad. Who else is East? All right, I think we ran out. We're going to take in anybody check in from anywhere, any place?
Kilo, November 4, Echo Romeo, India, Eric in Goodlettsville.
Oh, you just wanted to be last, did you, Eric?
Yeah, I was working on some other stuff here, and I might have probably missed my normal spot. But yeah, I missed breakfast today. I was had a bunch of programming to do. I'm still doing programming, but getting it done.
I may be way behind the times on that. We used to have a thing for programming, but it wasn't for security or that kind of what you guys do. But it was, and they still call it object-oriented programming.
I don't know. In the programming, it says objects, but essentially I'm programming the phones and computer interface to control, the TVs and the audio in this kind of commercial apartment building thing.
You do it graphically though on a screen rather than just with specific just addresses.
It's both. So I have icons that I get to name them and move them all around, and then I have to say what they're doing and what information they're getting and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, yep. That's what I was kind of talking about. I haven't done it in years, so forgive me. It's been, let's see, last time I did that was 2009 to be exact. So it's been a while.
Well, it has a lot changed in that time.
Well, hopefully it got a little easier, but it wasn't too bad then. This was for programming of commercial buildings, and it was predominantly for air conditioning, refrigeration, lighting, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's gotten easier. It's a little different now. It kind of threw me off because, for whatever, how many years, 20 years, I've been programming remotes. And now I wouldn't call it programming a remote or an interface. You're actually programming the computer to program it. That's what's a little different.
Oh, okay, very good. And you're predominantly security and phones, is that the deal?
No, it's audio, video, low voltage, TVs, surround sound. We do some security cameras and all that kind of stuff as well.
Oh, cool. It's a lot of stuff to be messing around with. If it's a big place, it is.
Yeah, that's for sure what it is. So I'm fixing someone else's issues and getting there. So back to you there, Paul. Let's continue on with the net, and good talking to you, and I hope to see you at breakfast next week.
Yeah, after watching a few crime shows, Eric, I'll let you go, but you realize that Walmart really isn't Walmart. Walmart is the crime investigation store for everybody who's ever done a crime and needs a shovel, tape, ammonia, anything to cover up a crime. And they get them buying the stuff and using their card so they can identify immediately. Anyway, that was Eric, Kilo November 4, Echo Romeo, India, and he is in Goodlettsville. Who else? Anybody else out there? Well, they're going to be calling on the dilly-dalliers and the spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater, kerchunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, the deniers that the moon is occupied by aliens, and also the group that believes there's people living on the backside of the moon being certain enemies of ours, and the flat earthers, and of course the flat earth deniers. And the scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, and the all-knowing end-time survivalists. But preppers actually fall into that category, that end-time survivalists. So, but I think the end-time survivors are already off the grid. Who else? Anybody else out there?
W4MUS.
Oh, man, where have you been, Jimmy?
I've been hiding in a cave, Paul.
Oh, man, I haven't heard from you, and I can't even tell you how long. You doing okay?
I'm doing as well as it can be expected, I guess. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Getting older and dumber.
Well, that goes without saying, right?
I think so. It cracks me up that I remember watching my dad as he reached the same age I am right now. I'd ask him something, he goes, well, that's about, and then he'd go, I don't remember. He just wouldn't remember, and I'm kind of in that mode. There's certain things, nothing really important. It's just that I can't, where is it? I don't know. I don't remember the name of that. The words escape me sometimes. It's really kind of funny to watch. I get embarrassed sometimes.
I know what you mean. Well, I did get one thing you knew, that was ICOM 7610.
Oh, is that working out for you good?
Yeah, I guess it is. I realize that I'm at my level of incompetence for this radio.
All of the software-based radios do that to me because I have a relatively, I'll say, simple, the 991A from Yaesu, and it's just like on the 897D I had or the 857D. Probably at least on the 857, 897, 60 or 70% of the functions I don't even use, and I wouldn't remember how to use them without the manual. And on a 991, it's not much better.
Well, give me a year, maybe two. I'll figure it out.
Well, it's a good reason to live right there.
Yeah, that's good. Well, anyway, back to you, buddy. Carry on.
Yep, you see, I've got more to learn about my radio, so I need to live another few years. Anyway, that was Jimmy. He's here in Mount Juliet, the northeast corner of it. Whiskey 4 Mike, Uniform Foxtrot. Who else is any place anywhere? Actually, he'll qualify. He identifies any of those titles I gave there. We'll just call him I don't know. I don't want to pick one. How about Sandbagger? That's the best. That's the easy one. Anybody else out there? All right, we had 18 out there tonight, which is about kind of normal, but we normally a little higher than that. Doesn't matter though. I don't. People say we've had as many as 50 something, and I don't want 50. I don't say I don't want. It was when it was a novelty. I think we had Murfreesboro, and everybody and their brother was checking in, and that took forever. Anyway, we're going to move over to 144-240, unless I heard somebody want to check in. Alrighty, 144-240, and that's upper sideband for those of you who have upper sideband radio. You can try talking on FM, but it's not going to work for us. 144-240, we see you there, K4PW. Alrighty, we're here on 144-240. This is K4PW. Looking for check-ins from, we'll start from the north again. From the north, please. Is that your ex-wife in the background screaming at you again? I couldn't tell the difference.
Don't say that. She might hear you.
I'm just trying to stir up trouble. That was Mark. He's in North Wilson County up by the lake. Who else is north? You sound good. That's yeah, I'll get it right here. So that was Danny, and he's in. I got it right. I'll write it down first, Gio. Danny in Station Camp. Who else is north? All right, we got Eric in Goodlettsville. KN for Echo Romeo India. Who else is north? Over to the west.
KG4 ILV.
All right, we got Jack in Nashville. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is west? Yeah, very good. Well, it's interesting. Your signal, Greg, I think you're a little closer, but your signal is clearer than Jack's is, and I wouldn't understand why. I mean, his is okay. It's just some of the signals tonight are a little, I don't know, fluffy. They're not as clear.
To me, everybody's super clear. I think everybody real well tonight.
Oh, very good. Anyways, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo, lying about signal reports. That was Greg in Antioch. Who else is west?
KC4, KAQ.
Yeah, you sound good as well, Charles. Everything really sounds really good. You hearing everybody well?
Yeah, Roger, yes, I heard Jack and even Greg, pretty good.
Ah, very good. Anyway, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec, and that's Charles in the west Nashville. Who else is west? Down to the south. Nothing from the south. Over the east.
KM4 YRF.
Yeah, that was way too loud, Michael. Try to keep it down.
Okay.
That was KM4YRF. That's Kilo Mike 4YRF, and he's in here in Mount Juliet. Who else? East. I was wondering if we lost you on that 70 centimeter thing. I mean, the sideband thing.
No.
No, very good. You sound good, Jimmy. Very good. That's Jimmy, Whiskey 4 Mike, Uniform Foxtrot here in Mount Juliet. A little farther away than Mike is. He's up there in the northeast corner of Mount Juliet. Who else? I don't know if the northeast goes, that one part goes way out there if you look at a map, but I don't think he's that far. Who else is east? Nobody else checking in tonight? We'll move on. There's 9 of us here. That's kind of a normal number. And usually it's 8. I think last time it was 9 on Saturday, if I remember correctly. Anybody else? All right, we're going to move right over to 50.135. And if Mike, if you would announce that on 2 meters, that'd be helpful, maybe.
Will be.
Very good. We'll be over on 50.135 upper sideband. We'll see you there. K4PW. Lost it. No, there it is. Alrighty, here we are, 50.135. This is K4PEW, looking for check-ins from any place, anywhere, since there's going to be a lot less, I think.
KM4YRF.
Very good. We got Michael, KM4YRF. Who else is he? Well, let's just say we'll start there with the East. Please come in. Nobody else East? Up to the North?
WD0.
Yeah, very good. You got a huge signal there, Mark. Really big. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, Oscar. Who else is North? Over to the West. Yeah, a little low audio, but I got a full copy on you there, Charles. Kilo Charlie 4, Tango, November, Quebec. Who else is West?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Yeah, you got a big signal as always, Greg. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Anybody else? Yeah, very good. You know, Jack, you got about the same level to me anyway. I am not looking at the radio, but you're about the same level as Charles. So going west is obviously a little bit of a problem on this. But anyway, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. I have full copy. It's just a little low. Who else is West?
Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor.
Man, your elevation helps you a lot there, Joel.
Yeah, you hear me probably better than anybody else on the west side then.
Well, I'm hearing you better than Jack or Charles, but you sound like you're talking through a McDonald's straw.
Well, that's not good. Maybe I don't have any compression on. I might have my mic game set a little high.
No, it doesn't matter. I just thought I'd mention it.
Okay, well, that's good to know. You can copy me.
Oh, no, that's all. Hey, listen, on sideband, that's the best. You're not trying to do studio work, you know?
Oh, that's a fact.
Well, very good. That's Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor, and that's Joel up in west of Ashland City. Who else is west? Or south? Nobody else south or anywhere?
Doug, you calling me out?
Oh, very. We got 2 in there. Kilo November 4 ERI. That's Eric in Goodlettsville with a good signal. And then we had W4MUF, and that's very good. You got a good signal from Jimmy as well here in Mount Juliet. That's your new radio, right? The 7610.
Roger.
Very good. How much power can you get out on that on the 6 meters?
Could do 100, but I don't try that.
Oh yeah, you could get away. At least my feel. We've got to try that some night, but I feel that we could probably do. Everybody could be on 20 watts and have the same results on sideband.
Yeah.
All right, very good. That was Jimmy here in Mount Juliet. Whiskey 4 Mike, Uniform Foxtrot. Anybody else? All righty, we had 9. It's funny how sometimes on both on sideband 2 meters and on sideband 6 meters, we generally have the same numbers, generally, unless somebody passes out or goes to sleep or whatever. All righty, well then that concludes this portion of the net, as they say, and we're going to jump over to 223.415. I look forward, if you don't have a radio, I guess, if you have a scanner, you can listen. Anyway, we're going to be on 223.415, the least used band I think in the UHF VHF area. I mean, that's it. It's just awful. I mean, in terms of use, we have a good time on it, and that's why I decided. I don't know if I decided. I just started doing it, and we all decided to get on it, or at least there's been as many as I forget 11 or 12 of us in at one time. Right? Usually we have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Anyway, we'll see you there. 223.415. Have a good night, everybody. K4PEW.